And welcome back, everyone, to the Pokemon Team Creation Series. This one from Daniel F. is Duke Nukem. What is Duke Nukem's Pokemon team? Never played a Duke Nukem game. They've been around forever. They're apparently a very popular franchise. Duke Nukem is this standard, cool action hero type of guy. You know, total confidence, the one-liners, kicking ass, taking names. So, not overly original, but it's not to say I can't do anything with that, per se. It's just one of those things where, okay, let's break it down. The macho action guy, he's definitely going to have some fighting types on his team. That being said, I actually don't have too many fighting types on this. Actually, that's not true. Half the team is fighting types. And to start things out with, we got to go with the big old macho Machamp. Because it just kind of adds up. I could have gotten Machoke. In fact, I kind of like Machoke a little better. The wrestling belt on there is kind of a bit more like, yeah, he's the champ. It's Duke Nukem, saves the world multiple times. The women love him. Like, that's Duke Nukem, basically, from what I can understand. So, but at the same time, Machamp also has that belt on there, so I guess it works. After that, we also got the Big Swole. Because he's a huge, physically dominating guy, we got the Big Swole, Buzz Swole. I just felt that as, like, big muscle action hero guy, this one made a lot of sense. Bug fighting type. Yeah, it's a lot more alien than some of the other Mon that are going to be on this team, and being an Ultra Beast, it kind of is an alien, but I thought that worked out fine. Oh, the last fighting type that made it onto the team, though, actually, I thought on for a little bit, because when it came to the fighting types on this team, I didn't want to go for, like, Hitmonlees, or Lucario, or Mienshao, or basically, I didn't want to go with a fighting type that is designed after martial arts. Because Duke's not a martial artist. He can fight, sure, but it's more like, hey, I got some military training, but I'm also a hulking meat stick, so I'm kind of using that a little bit more than just my training. That's what that more or less is. So I went with Crabrawler. Now, I could have gone Crabominable, except for two very big reasons. One, the ice type didn't make sense there. And two, I'm with a lot of people. I don't love Crabominable's design that much. It also loses the inspiration that Crabominable has. It loses the boxing, the brawler, basically the Crab Brawler. This inspiration in its design, kind of. By the way, I actually don't hate Crabominable's design overall. Like, if it were a separate Pokemon, I think it'd be fine. But as an evolution, the Crabrawler, I don't like it. And as currently our only ice fighting type, I'm not a fan of it. If we had other ice fighting types, I wouldn't care. Those are some lists I should. I didn't even think about it. I doing ranking the best combo types that are out there. I never even thought about doing videos like that. Ideas for the future. I got plenty of Pokemon stuff coming down the line. I'm gonna wait till after Pokemon Day though to really start doing the videos I have lined up. And maybe if I can, because I'll be working that day, I'm sure. But if I can't, I'll try to avoid actually watching it, and maybe doing a reaction to it when I get back from work that day. But that's assuming I don't get spoiled with YouTube and everything like that. Well, what came out of there. I digress, though. So I went with Crabominable, just kind of like the guy who just keeps being beat up and keeps beating up in return. So there's that. Then now we have the rest of it. And this is where I had to be a little bit more creative. Quote-unquote creative, dealing with Duke Nukem. So because he's not just a master in unarmed combat, he's a master in armed combat, he's a master marksman, and demolitions expert, this got me thinking, okay, well, what can I do with demolitions? First, I went with Armarouge, which I've now finally updated the image a bit more clarity, because he has a literal cannon. He's a fire type with a literal cannon. Anything demolition would clearly be fire type due to the explosive nature, fire-like properties that explosions usually provide. So Armarouge, right there. Psychic Fire, typing-wise, it's a little but in terms of what it actually does, works out great. Then we have the living landmine himself, Turtonator, and that is just it. He is a living landmine. That is exact. He's modeled off of a landmine. And his signature move is essentially a okay. What is his signature move again? I know I've never personally used a Turtonator because each version of a Pokemon I had from Gen 7 and on did not have Turtonator available. I had Drampa available in Shield and Moon. Turtonator was a Sun exclusive. So let's see here. Turtonator. What is your signature move now? There we go. Turtonator. Okay, what was it? Come on, stop it. Yeah, stop it. Okay, seriously. All right. So I mean, his ability show. What is that guy's signature move? Hold on. His signature move is Shell Trap. That's what it was. Which was the user sets up a shell trap. The user is hit by a physical move. It explodes and inflicts damage. Basically, it's setting a mine. It's setting a mine that, if it's tripped, explosion, all there you go. So Turtonator made a lot of sense. By the way, I do like the fact that it is based off a Mata Turtle. I like Turtonator. A lot of people don't love on Turtonator too much, and if I go by its stats, I can probably understand why. Its speed is trash. Its defenses are great, 135 defense. But that's the problem, that is its biggest thing. Its base stat total is only 485. Honestly, we do need some better Dragon Fire types, Dragon Water types. We only got Kingdra, and outside of Legendaries. We only got Kingdra for that. We need some Dragon... Basically, as Pokemon continues to progress and we keep getting more pseudos, and we know, whether we like it or not, that more pseudos are probably going to be Dragon in typing, and I don't necessarily have a problem with this. We need to fill out the Dragon typings for pseudos. Finally got our Ice Dragon this gen. We got their Ice Dragon, we got our Fighting Dragon, we got our Ghost Dragon, we got our Flying Dragon, we got our Ground Dragon, and we got our Dark Dragon. There's still a buttload of types there that you can go with. But I know what you're thinking now. What did he do for the final Pokemon on the team? Well, everyone, feast your eyes on the last teammate, Dondozo! Or it's not Dondozo, sorry, it's Dondozo. Dondozo! Now you might be asking, what the hell is he doing? Why a Dondozo? Well, first off, Dondozo, I used the Dondozo on my playthrough team. I love Dondozo. That thing, it's like a beast. It's huge. Like, in lore, it's huge. It's almost as big as Wailord. It is literally, it's literally only like a few inches shorter than Wailord. Legit. I love this Dondozo. Honestly, I do. And like I said, it is actually a very powerful Pokemon. Like, hold on, let me get the I've got the site up right now, so hold on. Let me get the base stat on that guy here. His base okay, there we go. His base stat total is 530. He's got starter Pokemon base stats pretty much. Most starter Pokemon, I believe, are like 530, 550, something like, I think it's 550, right? Somewhere between 530 and 550. Point being, he's got base Pokemon stats, which is huge on its own. Obviously, if you use them with, oh crap, what's the damn thing's name? Tatsugiri. If you use it with Tatsugiri, obviously it's got, it's more powerful. Its shiny's pretty good too, that white. But its stats, its actual stats are, its physical stats are nuts. 150 HP, 115 defense, and 100 attack. Even its special defense and special attack are 65, which is low but not abysmal. It's just it's not even a below average. It's basically just like average. Its speed is the only thing it suffers with. Its speed is only 35. But point being, it's a huge, monstrous Pokemon and a powerhouse, so it would make sense to be on Duke's team. But beyond that, this is the one time that I really delved into the lore a little bit, the lore we have here. Because one of the things he did was start his own burger chain. Now, we do not have a burger cook Pokemon at all. We do not have anything remotely close to burgers for Pokemon, unless I put a Tauros there for meat, which would not make sense. Or a milk tank. But what Dondozo actually is, and I'm sure a lot of people know this, but and let me get him all the way up here. If you look on his head there, you see that little crest. That is what sous chefs wear, or sushi chefs wear. And while they're wearing, it's basically a ornament, like it's not a net or a hair net. It's just like it's symbolic of a chef, more or less. And so, technically speaking, he does represent that, and is the only kind of representation we have for that. And so, he kind of represents his sous chef, or like the chefs he has in the kitchen for his restaurants, which apparently did very well for himself. Like, not just, celebrity. It's not like a Wahlburgers where it's like, it's an okay burger. You're paying for the name. No, it's like, no, it's a good burger. But yes, I put Don Dozo on there because burgers, sushi burgers, those are a thing, right? But it's the closest I could find. And I haven't used Don Dozo on a team yet. So I did kind of want to throw that in there. I just like him too. He was always it's just a giant Wells catfish, sure, but you just change just enough about him to make him a Pokemon, and he's a pretty cool Pokemon. Anyway, I digress. What do you think about this team? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, I should also know, how balanced is this team? Well, you got 3 fighting types. 2 of them are pure fighting types. You got 1 bug type. You got 2 fire types. You got 1 water type, 1 psychic, 1 dragon. Now, in terms of typings that are going to really mess this team up, unfortunately, flying is still going to screw this team up, as well as fairy. Fairy's going to be horrifying on this team. Ground is going to be a little problematic, but Dondozo can usually clean that up. Psychic is mildly problematic, but not too bad. Fighting types will be a problem overall. It's not fighting ghost types. Because even though they're not strong against fighting moves are going to be useless. So yeah, your biggest problems on this team are going to, in terms of like defensive capabilities, are going to be probably fairy types, psychic and ground to a certain degree, and flying types. The flying types will be a problem for about half this team. And they will struggle against ghost types pretty hard. But fortunately, you still have enough coverage to, because obviously Cerulege is also Cerulege. Armarouche is a fight psychic type, so it is weak to go straight up. But there should be enough coverage to deal with any ground types that come in. I don't imagine Dondozo or Turtonator having any real dark moves or ghost moves to be dealing with ghost types, but it's less that they're weak, it's more they don't have a lot of options. Particularly, Krabaler's not going to have a lot of options, and Machamp might not have a lot of options. Machamp can learn other moves beyond just fighting moves, fortunately, so that could save it, and Buzzwole should hopefully know a couple bug moves, at least like a Bug Buzz or Mega Horn or something. Unfortunately, yeah, the big problem here is going to be the fairy. There is just no, unless you design teams specifically to combat a fairy, and even then, the amount of attacks you have for that are very slim because you need poison or steel. The fairy is going to be the big problem child typing here for this team. Dondozo and Cerulege don't have, so I keep saying Cerulege, Armarouche don't have a specific weakness, but they don't have any overall strengths against it either. So if a fairy comes out, you're going to have to bring one of those guys out. Probably Dondozo, take some hits, and eventually bring it down, hopefully. But I digress. What do you think about this team? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.